twin, we just call me lover friend. I guess it is what it is. Hey, tell me what's going on. Yeah, girl, this may not be your favorite song. Cause baby, every week you switch up. Switch up. So
welcome back, guys. Homie Lover Friends podcast here with another Married at First Sight review. We're going to be going over episode 6. Or no, it's 7. Episode 7, Married at First Sight here. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So we usually start out with Johnny, you know.
Yeah, Johnny and Val. So it really wasn't giving.
This episode
anything
was a filler episode, to be honest with you. I personally would like to go into 8, but because they had a little bit of substance in it or whatever the case was. The only thing that was good about this episode was them meeting Pastor Cal and kind of moving in with each other.
So we see Johnny acting like Marilyn.
No, it was Bao.
Bao acting like Marilyn.
She was
picking the
about the
apartment
apartment.
apart, complaining about everything.
Ma'am.
They talked about her not wanting to shower, and I'm just like, can we move on to something else?
Johnny kind of brought it up or whatever, and he was trying to come up with a compromise. And she kind of gave that man a hard no. And I think that was when Johnny checked out.
That turned him off.
He checked out right then.
Yes.
And when I mean check out, I mean like he don't even care if this works now.
Yeah. He didn't stay in the house the first night. Then they end up meeting with Pastor Cal the next day. And he asked Johnny about his like attraction to Bao or whatever. And he was just saying that
he came up with the most nitpickiest thing you could come up with. I thought he was going to bring up the shower thing. What you thought?
Well, I had already seen a review on this, so I knew what was happening. But he was basically saying that she's childlike, and her giddiness is unattractive to him.
Sexy.
And I was just like, Johnny wants the sex part, and I feel like Bao is more coy. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but yeah, Bao is more coy and not overly sexy and not overtly sexy. So I feel like she's not Johnny's type. Coupled with the final straw of her not wanting to wash her behind.
So you dusty and you no I'm joking.
Yeah, even. But yeah, I think Johnny was being honest, but he wasn't being
completely
totally honest.
Right.
He don't want to be married to no stank hoe. And I don't blame
him. You don't wash your ass, you susceptible to being a stank hoe. I'm just being minus the hoe. You don't want to be with no stank ass.
I can say hoe, I'm a woman.
Okay.
So
she's not a hoe, but that's why.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
But
she probably wants
when
one.
you tell me you don't shower, what I think about is a stank hoe.
I feel you.
As a woman, when you say you don't shower as often as you should,
that shit is a red flag. Like I'm pretty sure everybody's mouth just dropped when she said that in that episode, and I think Johnny can't get over it, kind of really, especially since she's giving him a hard no, because he was just like, "Well, how about we just take a shower before bed? How about that?" She's like, "No, it's not happening." And I'm just like, "Yo, like you really don't like taking showers,
you want to
bro?
lay up beside this man, had this man put his penis inside of your funky vagina."
And his head and mouth area down in your regions. Your face in the place. Shout out to Rocks.
But, and you don't want to take a shower? No, ma'am. In the words of my dude who be doing the cheers, no, ma'am.
Nah, bruh.
So that's all I got for me,
dog.
Do you think they're going to stay together?
Knowing what I know now, no.
I still say yes.
No, yeah, I'm on the fence. Because
Okay,
the thing
so
is that because with Johnny, I know how guys like him is. He really has a commitment issue, and I think we kind of glossed over that a little bit, but he has a commitment issue, and she knows it. And his first, no, but I'm talking about just in general, he has a commitment issue. Like I think it stems all the way back to when they were on their honeymoon or whatever the case was. Like she pointed it out then. Like I think he has a early defense mechanism of. He has a defense mechanism of running away. That's his first mindset. is just trying to lead the situation. But now that he's married, it's like fucking with him a little bit. But I think they might make it.
You don't know.
I think they might make it.
Know.
At this point, no. Based on this episode, hell no. No. He didn't even want to eat dinner with her the first night that they got into the apartment together.
Yeah, he just said he wasn't staying the night.
Whatever. All right, so moving on. It's a yes for you still, and it's a maybe for me. Then we usually go down to Jose, right? Or Michaela and Zach?
No, Michaela and Zach.
You do Michaela and Zach?
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I deleted my notes on accident, so I'm kind of cheating off BK's test right now.
So, Michaela and Zach. Zach surprised Michaela at the apartment. He's COVID free. He's ready to mingle. Michaela was like, "Oh my god!" Just all over the top. She just bothers me now.
She did have a picture of them in the house.
I was getting to it.
My bad.
They go to Michaela's apartment when they go to see each other place. She has a framed picture of the two of them on her little bookcase. And I'm like,
it's not creepy, but it's kind of creepy.
Sis, I know this your husband and all, but you also ain't seen him in, like, you literally got married, was together for 2 days, and then he caught COVID.
Yeah, I ain't seen each other in like 8 days at least.
And then I was like, okay, maybe that's why she wanted a picture. I don't know. It was just weird. We never seen it before. The thought would have never occurred to me to start decorating my home with pictures. We can do that in our shared space.
She really likes him though.
Yeah,
I guess
she does.
Yeah.
So they're moving. Nothing too eventful for me. Like, they didn't make
their
a big
apartments ain't even memorable to me for real.
Yeah, they didn't make a big to do about moving in together. They actually did have a conversation where he said he was looking forward to their first fight. That was a red flag for me. I was like, I can understand what you mean, but I wouldn't use those
blatantly
words.
Put it out there like that. Yeah.
Like, I could understand him saying, I'll be interested in what will make us, how we handle our first fight. Now I'm looking forward to it, because now you put it out in the universe. And you know what happened?
They fought.
A fight happens. So Zach woke up in the morning. Okay, start at night. Zach went to put his dog to bed, because I guess since they're in a new environment, it was hard for his dog to get comfortable, go to sleep or whatever. He ends up falling asleep in the second bedroom where the dogs sleep with the dogs.
Now, kind of back foreshadowing here, we realize that Michaela doesn't like sleeping by herself now that she has a husband. Note that.
Okay. So, he was supposed to go to bed with her and never went to bed. Then he wakes up in the morning and he doesn't wake her up. He takes his dog to doggy daycare. She wakes up while he's gone and is looking for him around the apartment. Of course, he's not there. She gets pissed. She slams whatever in her hand on the coffee table. They keep playing it back over and over. It was a box of like Clorox wipes or something.
Yeah.
And then she ends up packing her stuff and going home. So we see all of that morning on the little black and white hidden camera in the apartment. Well, not hidden, but like camera in the apartment. So then they come back together to have a conversation about it, because they're about to meet with Pastor Cal. And their conversation really ain't getting nowhere. When Pastor Cal gets there, I just feel like Michaela blows smoke. Like, I understand that you don't have a parent. She was talking about, like, my protector is gone, and I felt abandoned in that moment, and this, that, and the third. And, like, she's crying and all this other stuff. And then when he goes to be affectionate towards her, she does what a lot of women do, so I can't really blame her. But she's like,
every woman that I ever
she's like jumping away and don't want him to touch her. And then Pastor Cal is telling Zach
was like, well, all right, well, I tried, so
right.
I'm just gonna go back to my corner.
Pastor Cal was telling Zach to like fight through it, And basically,
he was like, she wants it. He was like, he was like, don't you want it? She was like, yes, I do. And I'm just like, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, but we know that girls be wanting it, but they'll say that they don't want it. But in today's society, you can't force yourself on them, especially on national TV. Zach did exactly what he should have did.
He did.
Take your ass back over to the corner, bro. She don't want you right now. Like,
So,
but good thing Pastor Kyle was there to kind of force the situation because that's what she really wanted was him to console her. And had he not consoled her, she would have took a mental note of that.
yes.
But just their whole vibe before Pastor Kyle got there was just off. Like, you could tell.
Oh, she cussed him out.
She did cuss him out. He's on one side of the couch. She's on the other side of the couch. I think what it was for her was because he didn't answer the phone. He didn't send no text message. He didn't leave.
Yeah, he ghosted, basically.
He
and
did.
I know how triggering that can be for women. Because our mind automatically goes haywire. Especially to
when you're
somebody.
calling and texting and then not responding.
Right, especially to somebody who lost somebody very close to them in a tragic way. Your mind not only goes to he out in the streets cheating probably, but your mind could definitely go to Lord, he done died.
Something that happened, yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't a good mixture of events that happened. So
my thing is Zach is not completely absolved of fault.
He's not. And I feel like the meeting with Pastor Kyle shows us that she's not done grieving, because when they started to dig deeper into the situation, she just like sobbed. And I don't think losing a parent you ever fully get done grieving, but I feel like she's still in the early stages of grief.
Yeah, she said something in particular that kind of like, she was like, he was just a good man. He didn't do anything to nobody. Like, that right there just let me know that it just still was kind of a fresh open wound for her.
And then it also showed me that Zach doesn't really know how to be in a relationship
or married.
Because I feel like any man would know, like, he said, he didn't say he didn't see her call or text. He said he needed a moment away. And I'm like, just communicate that. That would alleviate half of this. If
it's okay
her
when you're dating or you just done clicked up with a girl on some one night type shit.
It's not even to me. It's not even okay when you're dating, because I feel like there needs to be a line of communication.
Yeah, I feel you, but the thing is they're a new couple and they're a new They're a new married couple nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So a new couple, shit like that can happen in the beginning stages. But with a new married couple, it's certain expectations that he just kind of missed the ball on, and it's not acceptable that he didn't reply to any of her texts, didn't answer her calls. It's no excuse for that one.
Yeah.
So I can understand why she did get upset.
But the moving out part to me was kind of extreme, because the stuff was still there most likely, and I'm just like, he didn't move out, so you don't move out. Just when he come.
And it was really more so, I think, for him, he was like, you literally just said earlier in this, when we were talking before all this shit happened, because he asked you, how do you handle situations like this?
Talk about
do you just leave? She was like, no, I don't leave or nothing like that. I would never do that. Like, that's not going to solve anything. So she's putting on the facade as if that she will be able to calmly communicate when conflicts happen, when in essence she really blew up on him. Like, she was talking to him like she was his mom, kind of, on some real shit. The way she was kind of chastising a little bit about it.
So overall, I feel like this trust and protect issue or thing or whatever it is going to definitely be ongoing with them. They both lack the tools to support one another, in my opinion. And she's not mature or giving him grace when he obviously doesn't know how to function in a relationship. Like, she knows his relationship history as far as not being too many long-term relationships. So I feel like there needs to be grace accounted for a learning curve. He's not consistently aggressive or assertive or fluent enough in Michaela's like love language and body language to push through these moments. And I feel like she has too high expectations of somebody that she just met.
Plus she's
granted,
young.
Granted, y'all
I
hit
think
it
like
off.
27, right?
I think so. Granted, y'all hit it off, fresh out the gate or whatever. But you still gotta draw back a little bit. Not draw back, but like step back a little bit, and still get to learn each other, get a feel for each other. So overall, do you think they gonna stay together?
It's a no for me, dog.
I don't see it either. It's definitely no for me. Moving on to Marilyn and Gil.
This is my new favorite couple, by the way. I'm dubbing them. It was Johnny and Bao before I found out she didn't wash her ass. So now it's Merla and Gil.
Merla, Gil carried Merla over the threshold at their new apartment.
For the second time.
And he said this is the second time they did that. And he was like, every time we move.
When I tell you she looked like she was not here for, she was just like.
She literally said, what if I just be dead weight? And then just dropped herself. And I was like, this girl gets on my nerves. She is hilarious. So they asked her in the confessional how she feel about it. And she was like, not too thrilled. Or whatever she said. She just answered real quick and sharp. And she meant what she said. She said what she meant.
Question before you get into this now, though. With knowing what we know about Marilyn now, do you understand how she could have black friends now?
Her sense of humor.
Okay. She's different from her friends, trust. But I think also the show edited around a lot when it came to her to make. You know how television is. They will make you.
They just got to make a storyline.
They got to make a storyline.
They got to make you into a character to carry on the storyline.
And they really did it with her. So
right.
She's not
but when they move into their shared apartment, she likes the apartment. It's a beautiful apartment.
Surprisingly, really.
Then they show her actual apartment, and I'm like, Mela live in a matchbox. I don't know if she lives downtown, but she lives somewhere. It looks New Yorky a little bit. Yeah. Like it was literally the front entrance, a little cove, right? A little landing, kitchen that was not even parallel. It was like all the
apartment that they're in right now.
One side. And it was just the living room, and then her closet. I said, "Ma'am,
to the brim.
You got too many luxury items to have such a small closet."
This is the shit my man's was talking about 2 seasons ago.
You need a beautiful closet.
You need a beautiful condo.
And a beautiful right,
like
with
a
beautiful space. And I was just like, "Girl, stuff was just." I was like, "How do you?" I don't know. It was just packed in there so tight. It was just too much for me. And of course Gil.
I'd rather have it than look like I have it.
Right then, Gil, he started joking her about the amount of space she had, asking her how much she purchased, how much is her closet worth overall. And I'm just like, here they go. They're just gonna keep running this money thing. They're gonna keep running it until I just don't care no more. The lady ain't homeless like we've seen other people be on this show. I.E. or E.I. however you say it.
E.I.
The flight attendant who ain't have nowhere to live. Yo. You remember her? When she said she lived in downtown
I live in the northwest, southeast, north.
Henry was like,
so she's homeless.
She's homeless. Basically. And then they kept shaping stuff that made me question if Gil was jealous of Mirla's pockets. Like, are you just mad that she can live this way and you can't?
How you figure?
It was the way. It was just the editing. I know he's not.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he is. But it was the way that they were editing him, just asking questions about money, questions about how much is this, questions about when she gonna stop shopping, and I'm like, I wish they would just let it go.
I wish Gil would let it go too. I mean, I understand the editing, but
I feel like, and they're also, I feel they have to be prompting him to ask these questions, because a lot of the times when they're in group settings, he's the one asking all the questions, and Gil seems to be very open. So I just feel like, yes, they're gonna make it. That's all I got for them.
Well, you got to go about them meeting Pastor Cal.
They met Pastor Cal.
Yes, they met.
That's how I remember what it was. You take it away.
They met Pastor Cal or whatever, and then they were talking about how you know, he was asking them, are they happy with one another? Which they are.
Oh, yeah, if they're attracted.
And if they're attracted to one another, because Pastor Kyle was very surprised that they hadn't kissed yet. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I think that is a big issue for Gil, but he's keeping it kind of cool right now. Because, you know, they only known each other for so long. I think it ain't even been 2 weeks yet, has it?
No. Are you okay?
I'm just tired, but it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet or whatever. So they meet with Pastor Kyle. He tells them about them not kissing, because he asked them had they been intimate yet or had they, you know, been kissing or whatever, and he said no. But you can tell that they're into one another because they do touchy feel with one another. They do cuddle and snuggle with each other. She is on him, but they haven't kissed yet. And I think more so, I think it's just something that she's trying to prove to herself that she can do, or whatever the case is, because she said she wasn't going to do it, so she's going to stick to that now. What you think?
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, that's what happened when they met Pastor Kyle, or whatever the case was. It wasn't too much memorable because they don't really have that many issues. They don't really argue that much. They actually get along really well because they're very lighthearted. They don't take anything too serious, really. And I like that about both of them. And Merla is easygoing. And they didn't shape her out to be that way from the previews and from how they were editing originally. But she doesn't take herself too seriously as well, and that actually works out for the both of them. So I do think they're going to make it. So 2 yes?
2 yes.
2 yes. My favorite couple now.
Brett and Ryan. They got dogs in common.
All right. Rachel and Jose.
And Ryan got a deer. Ryan got a deer.
Oh, deer on this. All right, so Ryan had a nice house. He had like a condo. He had a nice looking house, or whatever the case was. They do have 2 dogs or whatever. They had bought the dogs outside to see if they were going to mesh up well. And it's always the little dog that always got the most fight in them. This shit is weird. The little dog was out there like acting like she was a killer, like Henry or some shit. But they figured it out. They just was like, well, we just gonna have to, you know, revisit this or whatever. Brett is she's pretty cool or whatever. But Ryan, you know, he with the deer head and everything like that, Brett is not into it. She's not. She's like,
but he was willing
kinda.
to move it.
He was willing to move it.
Put it in a man
She's not
cave.
into the whole hunting thing and the whole killing of animals and whatnot, because she loves like her fur babies and all that shit. I think she's just like love all animals in general. So when he did say that was a deer that he did kill, it kind of took her back a little bit. But she was like, "Well, are you willing to, you know, put it up or whatever?" He said, "Yeah." And then she went on and said something else about it. Then he joked about it some more with her, and kind of made it seem like he wasn't going to put it up, like I'm gonna put it in your room with you or something like that. But it was because she kept bringing it up. But he is willing to compromise with her about it, so that's a good start. As far as when they met with Pastor Kyle,
they met with Pastor Kyle.
Jesus Christ! When they met with Pastor Kyle, it was cool with them as well. He was asking, you know, how they felt about one another. She said that she has a crush on him, and she's attracted to him. He's attracted to her, which I was kind of scared of at first because I didn't think he was attracted to her that much because she's not his type. But I think she's starting to grow on him because he is opening it up. They do have a good banter with one another. Comedy. He has like a dry Canadian comedy to him. If you watch movies like Superbad, anything made by Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen, and things like that, he kind of reminds you of those type of actors, and they're all from Canada, so it's very similar to that style of comedy. But yeah, so I think they're gonna make it. What you think?
I say yes.
2 yeses around the board.
Who's blocking the microphone?
All right, so let's do Rachel and I got him listed as Rachel and Matt. His name is Jose.
Who the hell is Matt?
He reminded me of my coworker Matt, and I guess that's why I had like a Freudian slip where I put that in there. But anyway, Rachel and Jose.
Alright, so Jose doesn't care for Rachel's mini alarms. They talk about like, what time are they waking up? When do they go to the gym? Blah, 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 blah. Do you just pop out of bed when you wake up? Or do you need a lot of alarms? She said she needs a lot of alarms. He wonders why. And I'm like, nigga,
she's one of them
stop trying to micromanage her.
Yeah.
Let her do her process. They show Jose's house, and surprisingly, it doesn't give me gay vibes. I thought it was going to be very much, what's the show? What a Gay Man Make You Over? Y'all know what I'm talking about. No.
Shit.
No, it's not Drag Race. It's a show that came on. It was on TV, then it came on Netflix. But they gave me and come to your house and they make you over or whatever, or they redo your space. Y'all know what show I'm talking about. I thought it was gonna be very that, but it wasn't.
It's like a man cave.
It gave me bachelor pad, fresh out of college.
So this is what we come to our conclusion with Jose is he's metro. I can agree with that. Can you agree with that?
Sure.
You don't think he's metrosexual? What do you think? Tell me what you think. I think he's metrosexual.
I still am. The jury's still out for me.
I think he's metrosexual.
The jury's still out
because he has a flamboyancy to him where he cares about little nuances that most guys usually kind of overlook, but he cares about them, and usually that's metro people.
Okay. So they're touring Jose's house, and she comes into a room, and she sees his budget board. And she was like, wow.
She was intimidated.
You have one of these. And very much so intimidated. And he goes, I thought we talked about this. I thought you said you had the same thing. Nigga.
He really takes a lot.
She ain't got no budget.
He takes a lot of pride into that budget board. Like, he really likes that thing.
And I understand.
He got it like a trophy.
Because as someone who is repairing their credit, I understand that feeling of accomplishment when I finally get to the goal that I want to be and that I will have. But also, it ain't that deep.
It's really hard for some people not to project what they do in their lifestyle onto other people. It's really hard. Some people have it bad.
I think that really is a great way of putting that. Because I'm one of those people, I don't care who or what you put on or in you. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't none of my business.
So I just don't live my life in the way that I project my personal preferences and personal opinions on people outside of myself. Even on my partners. Would you say that?
Yeah, you don't. I'm telling you, I know for a fact, I know people like that. Like, my brother's kind of like that. Like, he'll tell you, man, you gotta you gotta try this, you gotta do this. And I'm just like, I'm probably not gonna do it. And then he'll come back and check up with you, and I'll be like, nigga, I'm not gonna do it.
It agitates me to see people like that.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with people like that.
And I feel like it's just getting to a place where she's very secure in herself, and all these little things that he's doing, she feels like it's chipping away at it.
Everything that she's worked so hard for.
She's fighting to hold on to the her that she fought so hard to become and loves. And now here you go telling me that everything I'm doing is incorrect. No. I just have my own process. Let it go. So, I feel like her family tried to make her out to be a pig. Oh, I can't wait till you see her car. She doesn't clean as much as she should. Then they showed her house, and I'm just like,
but
her house looks
and
like
it's funny
everybody else's house to me.
With that expectation that her people set, Jose was coming in there ready to nitpick.
Yes.
Like, she had like 4 little jugs sitting by the door. They were nice and neat, but he was trying to make it seem like, oh, this is like signs of hoarders. And I'm just like, come on now, Jose. Really?
Just take the trash out for the girl.
Right. Like, throw them away for her. And he was trying to nitpick at it, but it wasn't nothing in the house that he could really nitpick at. He didn't like the way she had something folded up in the linen closet or something like that. But like I said, it wasn't much to pick at. So.
He gets on my nerves when he does that to her.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And I feel like I identify with Rachel as a person who likes to hold on to my independence and my agency of myself. And I don't like it to be challenged. And I feel like he challenges her at every turn about, like, let her live, bruh.
One word otherwise that I always try to tell men that are around me is you cannot control women. You can't tell them what to do. You can't control them. And just get it out of your head. Just get it. You can't control people in general.
Right.
But let alone men have this mindset in some cases from birth, it feels like. Because I had it at one point. But you got to grow out of the mindset of thinking that you can control women, because you can't. And the sooner you come to peace with that, the happier you will be as a person. Just let them do what the fuck they want to do. And now you can voice your opinion about how you feel about it, but don't try to change them, because you're not going to change them, because people don't change. One, you're not going to be the one that make the change. That's for damn sure. So it is what it is. Like, either you're going to take it and love that about them, or you're just going to have to either settle or leave. It is what it is. Now, you could probably try to get a compromise about it, but either you're going to like that person for everything that they are or you're not. And she doesn't have any issues. It's really his issue.
Yes.
He has issues with trying to be... and it's not even controlling, because I don't want to label him as controlling. It's more so he wants everyone to operate in the fashion that he operates. And I guess that might be controlling. But but it's not... He's not... But the thing
malicious.
is...
It's not malicious
It's not
control.
malicious, and he's
I do not believe it's
forcing her
control.
to do it. Because I feel like that would be controlling. Him trying to make her do it or nothing like that.
But he's gonna... It's gonna be death by 1,000 paper cuts. He's going to nitpick her into submission. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Maybe so.
But he's trying to do it nicely because he's not maliciously trying to control. I feel like to a certain extent, not to the extreme that he does it, you have that in you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I be telling you, just because that's the way you do it does not, like you think, let me show you a better way. No, you're showing me a way that works for you. It's not necessarily a better way for me. And I feel like Jose is that to the millionth power.
Right.
Like,
but at the same time,
you need a budget board.
In a relationship, you got to have certain level of teachability, or you just need to be teachable more so.
Right.
Because the thing is that some people like that. Because I can relate with Jose about the whole idea of you enjoy as a man being able to share this with your spouse or your significant other, and when you push it away and when you reject it, it makes you feel some type of way. It makes you feel shut out. It makes you feel like, damn, well, I want to show you this, because we take pride, and as men, we just have prideful ways of certain things that we go about. So me showing you what I deem as a better way, I can word it differently. I can just be like, well, let me just show you this way of doing it, instead of saying a better way, because I can understand a better way may rub you the wrong way when I say it, but let me just show you this way so you will see how this way looks, and then you can decide whether you want to do it this way or that way from here on out. It's just other ways of doing it. And I think that's his intention. He wants to be able to show her what he's good at doing, because he feel like these are things that I'm good at. And when you can't show somebody what you're good at, you feel some type of way. It's just like when you're a little kid and you learn a trick and you want to show everybody in the fucking world the trick.
But how many times do you have to show them?
We're not talking about the
I feel
same trick. We're just talking about multiple things that you feel that you're good at.
No, but I feel like he keeps harping on budget.
Mm-hmm.
We understand. We get it. He was like, I got a budget board. I write everything. I write all my money.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And then they get there and he's like, oh, you remember that budget board? Let's go to the budget board. Da-da-da-da. And it's just like, oh, I thought you had a budget board.
And a lot of times, this is not going to be the thing is, as soon as he sees it, he felt like this was the time to go over it with her, when no, like, just show it to her and we'll come back to that.
Don't even show it to her, because she going to see it.
Well, she saw it, whatever the case was.
This is my room.
This is my room. Oh, yeah, it's there. Whatever. All right, let's go.
Yeah. So,
Did
they
going
to make it?
You just said fuck Pascal. That's a major part of this episode. I don't remember what happened with Pascal.
Pascal didn't give what it's supposed to give.
He didn't.
For me.
They need to bring Dr. Pepper in there or something. So.
Especially when he told Johnny this is a Johnny problem, not a Bow problem. No, Bow. Wash your hind parts.
It was a Johnny problem, though. Him not liking her being, like, childlike or whatever.
And giddy.
That was so fucking petty,
because
bro.
that wasn't the real problem.
It wasn't the real
That wasn't the real problem.
But with him saying that, though, I was like, that's why he said it was a you problem. Because he was like, nigga, that's just who she is.
Yeah,
Who don't like that about women? It's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying childlike, but happy to fucking see me. Like, I like it when you're happy to see me. When that shit go away, then you gonna miss it, nigga. Because it don't last forever. But anyway, though, yeah, I think they're gonna make it. They're a shoo-in to make it. So
I said yes.
Right now, I think I
don't know about shoo-in.
No, they're a shoo-in to make it, because they really kind of work well together. Like, you could tell them showing signs of partnership.
Okay.
No?
I kind of think she bite her tongue with him a lot.
Oh, she does.
And it's going to come a point where she's going to explode.
Outside of those little intricacies that they're still trying to get to know each other with, I feel like when they go out and do stuff together. With him being Metro, it really works out because he's into a lot of things that she's into naturally as a female.
He's my best girlfriend.
Yeah, like, and they can go do fun stuff together. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, some things that I even do, you probably be surprised as a man that I'm, like, interested in some of the things that I do. Now, granted, I can't come up with nothing off the top of my head.
I was about to say, like, what?
Like, charcuterie or decorating and entertaining and things like that. You probably never met too many men that was into fucking decorating a table or something like that, or making the home decor looks nice, or whatever. You know, for example, when we go to like Michael's or At Home or something like that, like, I'm not there to tell you, no, I'm just as interested in the home decor as you are. I feel like that's something
I can
that he
see
would
traditionally how that would be different, but I feel like men in my life are.
Well, that's the thing.
But
yeah,
that's
you have
me personally.
You personally, yeah.
Because I
many
have
like
dads and uncles who are into stuff like that.
Right. But naturally, you probably never dated a guy that was like that, or multiple guys that was like that.
No, not multiple. But I know, like, that's not a common trait in men. So, I understand that.
Right.
So that's pretty much all I got.
All right. So we're gonna go on to the next episode of Married at First Sight here. So we're gonna go ahead and record that because I'm trying to get everything caught up here. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And let us know how you guys feel about it or whatever. Yeah. Watch the show if you don't watch it, man. This show is really, really good. I know people watch the show if they're going to listen to the review, but some people may not. So
I watch
if you don't watch the show,
shows that I don't watch.
Yeah, please watch the show. This show is really, really good. All right. Catch you guys later.
Later, y'all.